Walker and Jim Powers, along with their mentor, Teddy Long. Still to come here on Worldwide Wrestling, an explanation by Bobby the Brain Heenan why he became the turncoat, he became the groveler, he became the weasel that we all know that he really is.
Where would you like me to present my case? I will do that anytime you like, Judge Ito.
A little bit later on, if you will, Brain.
Thank you.
We're going to get into some great tag team action and feast our eyes upon a great tag team and Steve Regal and Dave Taylor. You know, we saw earlier in this telecast Harlem Heat. Now take a look at the tag team scene in pro wrestling, if you will, headed by the real world tag team champions, the Steiner brothers. It was a year ago at Sold Out. The Steiners won the tag team belts, and they had them stripped away by Eric Bischoff, at that time in charge of WCW. Now, a year later, the Outsiders have these bogus tag team belts, claiming they are the world tag team champions, but the Steiners are the real champs. And the Steiners realize the competition is out there. We saw Harlem Heat, and now we see Dave Taylor and Steve Regal, as well as Hardwork Bobby Walker and Jim Powers. Great tag team competition in the tag team ranks in WCW.
You know, when I managed tag teams, I remember over the years that there was always maybe 2 or 3 tag teams that were dominant in the sport. And if you were a champion, you tried to avoid them, and if you were trying to get the titles, you'd go after them. And there were teams like Bruiser and Crusher and big tough teams like that. But nowadays, there are so many different combinations. There are so many different tag teams that, like, on any given night, any given time of the week, you can be beaten. And it's a lot more competitive than it ever was.
Teddy Long here seemed as if he wanted to get kind of physical there with Steve Regal. Look at this, they're having problems here.
That's the last thing Teddy Long wants to do, is get physical with Regal.
I don't think I would agree with that, Bray. I don't think he wants any part of Steve Regal here.
But he still has a temper. Maybe he says somebody's shiny head. That might make him mad.
Well, just leave Teddy alone, okay?
You're calling me weasel and names, and I just said shiny head. Something the man does own, a shiny head.
I'm sorry, you're part of the NWO, so you say and do what you want to do. I'm sorry. Pardon what? In the corner, Hardwork Bobby Walker, rat-a-tat-tat on the back of Regal, and there's an uppercut. And down goes Steve Regal. Now outside, watch out, Teddy Long. Oh, how about that? How about that? Hurt his hand, too. But why not take the shot?
Boy, he ran back and took a good one.
I mean, back when you managed, you took shots, cheap shots at guys, too, so you can identify with that.
Never did that.
You never hit anyone?
Well, I kicked him. I never hit him.
No, kicked him.
No, it's easier to kick a man than hit a man. It's easier on your hands.
Not easier on your foot, though.
It's easier on your foot if you punch a guy. There's different ways you have to evaluate life.
Why do I get into these things with you?
Your hair won't hurt if you don't pull it.
Yeah, okay.
Simple.
I understand. Over the top. Dave Taylor, good block by the power man, Jim Powers. Great reversal of the hip toss. And Dave Taylor into the corner. Steve Regal back in. Drop toe by Jim Powers. Into a full-arm dragon twist.
You know, I noticed something lately about this team of Powers and Walker. Teddy Long has new energy in him. Look at this. Usually they tag. They weren't really lackadaisical, but they made regular tags. Look at the energy level here now.
Left hand fans, I know you joined us for Starrcade this past week. And we want to let you know that we'll be talking a lot more about the implications of what happened in that big event, Starrcade, that set all records in pro wrestling. Next week on this program, be sure to tune in. We'll have more on the event. Talk about what happened, what transpired with Sting and Hogan, with Bischoff and Larry Zbyszko.
Well, there's a gag order on so many things you just can't talk about right now.
That'll be coming up next week on Worldwide Wrestling. Stay with us. Uppercut. Bobby Walker back to the corner.
He's got to get out of that corner. He's not going to do any good staying in that corner.
Walker trying to get out. Regal trying to block him. Desperation tag, and Duke powers in. Up and down.
That didn't last long.
Regal's got the ropes, and Charles Robinson and Teddy Long are into it. And Robinson just showed, oh! Taylor, rolled up, powers 1, 2, and he almost beat him. And now we've got all 4 men going out.
I think the referee's lost a little bit of control here.
This thing is broken bad.
Who's the legal man?
Well, I believe you're looking at him right there. Powers and Taylor. Powers in, tried to monkey flip him out, and Regal held his man. Powers hit the back of his head hard. Double underhook, the Taylor flex.
Just about no way out of that.
No, good double underhook, butterfly suplex, and then uses all of his weight to pin the shoulders, and that's all.
And a great win for our friends from across the ocean.
You're friends with Taylor and Regal?
Oh, yes.
Of course you are. You're friends with Eric Bischoff.
I'm friends with you.
You're friends. Don't use me and Eric Bischoff in the same sentence, okay?
Okay, I'm friends with you.